Greetings all, Ferrari 601 here. Welcome back to F1 2017 after a bit of an absence, and welcome to Interlagos, Sao Paulo, Brazil. We're going to do another one of our classic races here in F1 2017, this time with the McLaren MP4 23, given the flavor of some of the latest content on the channel. Anyway, I promise that this is going to be it for McLarens for a little while. Anyway, one-shot qualifying awaits us. Let's go and see what we can do. It's been a long time since I've been in F1 2017, so no promises in terms of our performances that we're about to see. That was pretty slow into turn 1. No traction control, no ABS, no aids whatsoever here on the MP4 23. We're very clearly not going to have a shot to contest overall pole position, but maybe we won't be at the back. Really got to get my bearings in this game again. Got to remember how touchy the brakes are. Coming down through the Mergulho corner. Means dive, I think. And now up onto what eventually turns into the start-finish straight. We are well off the pace of Larson there in the F2004. However, what is our qualifying effort good for? Are we even amongst the Class 1 runners? We're about to find out. Lap time is going to be a 1:14.206, which is good for what? P8. Yeah, it's not a very good performance thus far, but can we redeem ourselves in the race? We'll find out.
It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway.
Alrighty then, so P8, we are well behind the other MP4 23 who's qualified himself in P5. The two F2004s at the front of the grid. Not surprisingly, there's Letourneau, my nemesis, in the second F2004, followed by the F2002s. The MP4 23 in P5, the F2007 in P6, the R26 in P7, me in P8, P9, Calabrese in the other F2007, and P10, Aaron Barnes in the second R26. The overall standings here after qualifying, all of our Class 1 guys behind us, starting in P11 with the MP4 13, and then bringing up the rear the two MP4 4s. Well, I am not in the best position, but I'm also not in the worst position. I think it's possible that we'll be able to fight with the F2007 and the R26. We'll see if we can advance further than that, though. But conservatively right now, I'm saying P6 is where we can expect if everything remains as it is. We'll find out, though, next. Welcome to the grid here at Interlagos. You can see that it is partly cloudy. The skies look somewhat threatening, but at the moment everything seems to be under control. We are on the dry weather compound, therefore we have a dry racetrack. So hopefully that will remain for us and maybe we can make some ground up the order. However, the formation lap is next. Not a bad pull away.
Is good. Gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap.
Gone up through the box a couple of times. Everything seems normal there. We have 18 laps here at Interlagos. I said the skies are partly cloudy, but have a look at those clouds and you tell me what you think. The weather here in Sao Paulo can always be changeable, so I'm not discounting any possibilities at this point. Short lap here, so 18 laps will go by reasonably quickly. And as the history of the MP4 23 will tell you, well, this car is capable of pulling off some last lap surprises. Let's get the mixture set up for Rich for the start. Waiting for the computer to take over at the end of the formation lap. Green flags all around the circuit. And to the grid. The computer wants to drive very erratically for some reason. Okay. Finding our grid position. There it is. All right.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
We'll wait the rest of the field to stack up behind us. They're nearly there. Bring the revs up. And off we go. Not a bad start. The F2007 in front did not get a good start at all. We've immediately passed him off the line. Let's protect our inside line here for turns 1. Get a better drag out of turn 2.
Looking good from the start.
Up into P6 already. Not bad. Up 2 positions from the start. I will take that. I will take that all day long. Fuel delta plus 6. I am carrying a lot of extra fuel on board. I want to run in mix 3 as long as possible, ideally for the entire race. I know some people will say, why are you paying the weight penalty? I'm saying, well, it doesn't matter all that much. Big lock up there. Still getting my eye in with the brakes in this game. They are very different from any other sim, for sure. Brakes are almost binary. At this point, let's try and keep in touch with the guys in front. I'm not attacking the F2004s by any means. Larson, meanwhile, speaking of the F2004, she has dropped down into P4. Letourneau is the race leader, I presume, having set fastest lap. And now let's just settle into a groove here and see if we can make any progress on the guys in front. Seem to have a reasonable gap, about 1 second to P7 behind us, so I'm not really worried about that at this time. Let's just see what we can do. We're sticking here pretty nicely with Correa in P5 in the other MP4 23. And I am just keeping one eye on the clouds here because I'm not entirely confident that the weather's going to remain stable here for the entire duration of the race. We shall see. I don't want to be seeing things, but, you know, time will tell. Those brakes are really touchy. I've really got to get a handle on that. As always, an alarming amount of sparks coming out from underneath the car in front. See if we can make any headway. It almost seems like I'm marginally better in Sector 2 than Correa is, but he's pulling away from me in Sector 3. I'm getting into the corners better than he is, but he's a little bit more confident in the traction zones than I am at the moment. A little closer here than I was on the previous lap. See if we can get any sort of tow from him down the start-finish not so straight. A little bit. Nothing dramatic, but a little bit. Straight line speeds up a touch. Really dive bombing here. This is optimistic. But we make it work somehow. No contact that I could discern. Up into P5. Now Quesada is ahead of us in the F2002. This will be the real test. Can we stick with him? Can we catch him? Because I don't think so. He's got the V10, about 900 horsepower. I've got a V8 with about 800 horsepower. Despite my car having superior aerodynamics and maybe slightly better tires, but these 2008 Bridgestones certainly don't really compare to their 2002 bespoke counterparts. We'll see. I really don't have much confidence on the rear end, though.
Gap to car in front is 3.5 seconds.
3.5 to the car in front. We'll watch that gap over the next couple of laps and see how it develops. I have the sinking suspicion that it's only going to grow. The end of lap 5. Lap 4, rather. Well, it seems like we've consolidated the gap to P5. But that gap to P4 is growing, I can tell you that much. And the timing screen's 4.8 seconds there. That's half a lap. And he's gained over a second. So I don't think we're going to be able to challenge any higher up the order than this. So at this point, we may begin to play a consolidation game a little early. Maybe wait out any mechanical problems for the guys in front, or if the weather is going to change, get ourselves in a position to do something about that. Right now, the sky conditions seem to be stable enough. I don't see any water anywhere. It's a little wide. Correa behind us is going to have a tow. We may have to pull a block on him down the straight. He's right on our gearbox. See him in the right-hand mirror. I'm moving over. All right. Let's cut the inside line here. Foil any attacks that he was planning. Mission accomplished. .3 seconds is the gap to P4. Not a prayer of catching him. It is certainly not time to relax, though, because we have a long way to go, working lap 6 of 18. Not at half distance yet. And nothing is consolidated at this point either. Let's just see if we can keep it on the island here for another few laps and see how the pace develops with the guys behind. I can manage the pace effectively. I just don't think I'm going to be able to gain anything, and currently the lap times are saying I'm correct in that assumption. 6.2 seconds is the gap to P3. Correa thinking about a move. Cover him off. Gaining a bit more confidence now on the brakes as well as in the traction zones. Tire wear situation, that's kind of appalling. Look at that. 28% on the left front already. The rears aren't in great nick either. We're not at half distance yet. We've got some tire conservation work to do later on. Larson fastest lap, a 1:12.612. That F2004 is immense. Correa coming from a long way back.
15.2 seconds.
It's going to be a scrap for P5 the whole way, isn't it?
Okay, gap ahead is 8.0 seconds.
8 seconds. Yep. 8.073 is the gap to P4. He's just pulling away. Wide again. Salvage something from the corner. Larson again resets fastest lap. 100th of a second faster that time by. Where's Correa? It's a little bit further back this time. Looks good to me. Engine temps are a bit high, 138 C. Gonna have to watch that. Whether that means revving it a little bit lower, we might consider that. Dropping down in the mixture, we might consider that as well. Certainly don't want reliability playing any part in what happens here today. Brought the temperatures down a little bit. Yeah, Correa has definitely backed off just slightly. I wonder if he's also concerned about engine temperatures. We have identical cars. Seconds is the gap between me and P4. That has come down a little bit. We've got the MP4 4s in front. I'm assuming that the time lost by Quesada was due to trying to lap these 4.4s. They'll get blue flags right about now. Of course, you catch them up on the slowest part of the racetrack where there is only one way through, and it is kind of annoying. Look at this. Still there. But now he is holding up. Correa behind. I assume he'll get by on the straight. Lost 1.5 seconds on that lap. That is consistent with the gap change there between myself and P4, so those back markers do slow you down. Still monitoring engine temperatures. They're still a little higher than I would like, but the team hasn't gotten on the radio to me to say anything yet, so I'm assuming everything is still reasonable. Let's see, who is this? I'm assuming this would be one of the 4.6s. No, it's a 412 T2. V12 Ferrari power. Very cool. He lets me by without too much drama. Blue flags are for the cars behind. I do like the detail that you get as you're driving around. You can see the marshalling posts, you can see the flags, you can see the flag status boards. Very immersive. I like that a lot. Here's one of the 4.6s. More V12 power. This time Honda power, back when Honda could actually do something. Mr. Nieves, Mr. Snows. You let me through, hold your line. That was not holding your line, but okay.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.1 seconds.
Yep, and the gap to the guy in front is back to expanding. Gearbox, 5% wear. Fuel delta is plus 2.36. Here's Visser in the other MP46. Let me through, please. Just lift a little, thank you. Little McLaren fraternity going on there. And another Ferrari in front, I do believe. It's the other 412T. Larson just setting a string of fastest laps. Schiffer is back down there in P6. What happened to Correa? Did he get some trouble with those back markers? I wonder. We haven't seen any yellow flags. Kaufman now holding me up through turns 1 and 2. Just lift off down the straight. There you go. Can hear his engine. Very nice sound there. Fuel delta is a plus 1.87. Seems like the sky has brightened up a little. Yep. Some stark shadows.
The car ahead is 8.1 seconds.
We've got some proper sunshine now. Very welcome indeed. Not worried really about the weather any longer. 4 laps to go anyway. How's our tire wear situation? Look at that, 51% wear on the left front. Front's really taking a pounding, mostly because of me trying to feel the brakes out again. I've mostly got my head wrapped around them now. Another back marker up ahead slightly.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps of fuel remaining, 4 laps of racing left. We are over target on fuel. Good. That is one of the FW14Bs. Renault V10 versus Mercedes V8. Stop on the apex, why don't ya? You know, just for the authenticity of the whole thing, I've got to complain about the back markers, you know? That's what racing drivers do. They complain about back markers, so I'm complaining about the back markers. I think you get the point, yes. Working lap 16 of 18. We are still on the lead lap, so at this point we will go full distance. Car status. Engine temps are high but stable. would say at this point we're in full consolidation mode. Holding on to P5 will get a live gap as we trip the timing line for Sector 2. Gap has got to be on the order of several seconds by this point.
Gap to car in front is 9.3 seconds.
Gap to car behind is 7.3 seconds. Yeah, look at that. The other FW14B is in our sights. Won't catch him immediately here in turn 1 and 2, so hopefully he'll just lift off down the straights. That's where I prefer. Get past people.
7.1 seconds.
Can hear his engine too. Nice early 90s V10 soundtrack for you. Very, very cool. Tire temps are high across the board. That'll explain the wear rates somewhat.
We have 2 laps of fuel
Very
remaining.
wide. Talking about tire wear, speak of the devil, he shall appear. What is the tire wear situation now? Yeah, they're starting to get pretty rooted.
This is your final lap of the race.
And this, folks, is the final lap. Keep it on the island for one more time around. Coming up to lap one of those 4.4s yet again. I hope we don't catch him before the end of the lap, but I'm pretty sure we will. Letourneau has won the race. I'm not at all pleased with that result. If you don't know why I don't like that guy, find my video where I'm doing a very similar thing at Monza in the F2007. I was going to win that race, and Letourneau passed me under a safety car illegally, and he didn't get a penalty for it. That's why I hate him. But anyway, we've consolidated P5. Not a bad return to F1 2017.
Care of the car on the way in.
Finishing higher than where you qualify, that's always a good result. I'm reasonably pleased with that one. To Parc Fermé.
Here come our winning drivers then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix.
Yep.
Drama and excitement.
Larson
are over,
found her way back up
and
into
it's time to
P2.
let it all sink in. Congratulations to our top 3 today.
And I do have to say, look at the upper left of the screen. That's a good logo right there.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Well, as you can see, the results page speaks for itself. Jay Letourneau wins the race in the Ferrari F2004. He is followed in P2 by Marie Larson. Not quite sure what happened to her at the start, but she was as low as P4 at one point that I saw. She found her way back up into P2 on the podium, though. Waldmüller there in P3, rounding out the podium in the F2002. The other F2002, Julian Quesada, finishes in 4th, and I'm up into 5th place. I beat out Jonas Schiffer in the F2007. Igor Correa, not quite sure what happened to him, but he lost his P6. And Martin Giles there in P8 in the R26. P9, Calabrese in the other F2007, and P10 for Aaron Barnes in the R26. Now into the Class 1 runners, the Class 2 runners rather, finishing one lap down. Santiago Moreno in the MP413, followed by Howard Clark in the other MP413, Alex Murray there in the FW14B in P13, and Izumi there in P14 in the other FW14B. Kaufman in the 412T2 in P15, followed in P16 by Visser there in the MP46. Flavio Neves there in P17 in the other MP46. Atie in the other 412T2 in P18. Estosari in the MP44 in P19, and his teammate Mikalski there in P20 in the last MP44. Anyway, not a bad result. I would have liked to have challenged for the podium, but going up against the F2004s and F2002s in the MP423, despite being a great car, it really can't compete with the V10 runners. So I think that's probably the best we could have done today, and there you go. But look at that lap time there by Larson, a 112.093. Fastest lap of the race, and 0.3 of a second faster than Letourneau, but she just fell out of position, I guess, and the Canadian was able, much to my chagrin, to scamper away with the victory. Anyway, though, we'll be back here in F1 2017, perhaps trying to put a number on Letourneau in a subsequent video. But I hope you enjoyed that one. A return to F1 2017. Thank you all very much for watching. For Ironman 601 saying thanks, and we will see you soon.